This segment of the news is brought to you by Smitty's Cards and Coins. Would you like to know what your collectibles are worth? Come by 2281 Postal Road, Unit 4, across from the post office.
Topping our news, it's a big day for investors with tech on deck. Amazon once again amazed. The e-tailer reported revenue of $35.7 billion, exceeding expectations. Sales were also stronger than predicted. The stock rocked to a new record high on the report. Alphabet, better known as Google, turned in earnings that crushed expectations. Revenue was also better than anticipated. Advertising revenue rose to $21.4 billion from $18 billion a year ago. Shares immediately traded higher. Microsoft topped on earnings but missed on revenue. Shares turned lower. The company had trouble in its personal computer segment. The stock dropped, but Microsoft's cloud business is growing and shares have surged 33% during the past year. And then there's Starbucks. The coffee chain reported sales numbers and revenue that fell shy while earnings met expectations. That stock slipped a bit.
Thanks, Angela. Nye County Tax Assessor Sherry Stringer wants to make sure that the recent decrease in the town of Pahrump property tax does not confuse property owners.
Physically, we assess the properties every 5 years. We're mandated by the NRS. But every year that you're not in a reappraisal area, the state gives us a factor that we bring across the board for everyone. Okay, so your assessed values can fluctuate every single year.
All right, and there is a cap on how much they can fluctuate?
The tax cap is based on the tax dollar. It can only go up 3% from the previous year, and that's on your tax dollar itself.
Tell me about some of the misunderstandings on what's going on with the Pahrump town tax right now.
Okay, well, it was stated in the newspaper that the Pahrump town tax was going to be decreased from I believe it was 4795 to 4415, which is just a portion of the taxes that the taxpayers pay in Nye County, and it was stated that on $100,000 assessed value that your tax for the town of Pahrump would be $455 and some change. But it was taken by taxpayers as that's what they were going to be paying on an assessed value. And that's not a correct statement because there are more factors that come into your taxes than just the town of Pahrump. And if you look at your tax bill and all of those entities where you pay county general, road, the town of Pahrump, the library, museum, anything that's on there, that makes up all of your tax.
Yeah, so people need to understand, don't just calculate the 479.50. You actually have to take into account all these other taxes. And it also fluctuates in the state, right? Every single year, like you were just talking about.
Correct, yes. The state sets the tax rate. The county sends in what they need, and they, calculate the tax rate. And then we usually get the tax rate like the 25th of June. So we don't know what it is until almost tax time. So, we put it in, I believe the cap this year is at 2.6. Like I said, it can go up to 3%. Last year it was 0.02, so we didn't see a big influx in tax dollars. So this year we probably will see a little bit of a jump in taxes. But again, we don't do taxes, we do assessment, but just by looking at figures, that's what we're looking at. We're going to see an influx in that. We just wanted to set the record straight so that taxpayers understand that in July, I don't want them coming in here and rushing us and calling and saying, wait a minute, this was in the newspaper that I'm only going to pay this amount of money. We just wanted to set the record straight and so that taxpayers understand how it works.
All right. For more information, they can give you a call.
775-751-7060.
Officials say North Korea launched a missile on Saturday that landed in the Sea of Japan. The test-fired missile probably was a medium-range ballistic missile called a KN-17. The missile flew about 30 to 40 kilometers before landing in the water off the Korean peninsula. Pahrump Health and Rehab held an open house yesterday at their facility on North Blag Road.
Pahrump Health Care and Rehab, we just expanded, remodeled our facility. So now we're up to 120 beds, which will allow us to serve the community a little bit better than what we have in the past. We'll provide 60 more beds than what we had to allow for the local residents so they won't have to go to Las Vegas for skilled nursing treatment.
Because that's been an issue, hasn't it?
It has been an issue, yes. It's a long drive, and our resident population is more over the age of 50s and 60s, so that makes it even more difficult for family members to come in and stay with their family during the day or visit on weekends and evenings. So it makes it a little bit more convenient for the community to be able to do that.
There seems to be a complete remodel. I see the new flooring. This physical therapy area is just lovely.
Oh, well, thank you. Yes, they decided to go with the new wood flooring instead of the tile flooring. That makes it a little bit easier for the residents to walk on and also for us to care for. It's a low wax area so the residents aren't slipping and sliding.
So tell me what kind of services or what kind of things that you offer here for residents.
Well, we do skilled long-term care when someone has a fractured hip or needs some sort of therapy. And in that therapy department, we have a physical therapist, occupational therapist, we have speech therapist, we do have some behavioral therapists, and we also have their support, the PT assistants and certified occupational therapist assistants. So we have a wide range of rehab that we can do. We do palliative care, which is just maintaining the people in their environment at the highest level we can get the residents to, and we try to maintain that.
You have short-term, long-term?
We have short-term and long-term care. The areas are intertwined, so we're not segregating, so it's more of a community atmosphere.
You have the physicians stop by here, right? They check on their doctors at this location.
Yes, we have a physician that is our medical director, and he has 3 physician's assistants, and one of the physician assistants or the physician himself are in the building twice a week.
For more information, how can they give you a call?
They can contact us at our building at 775-751-6600.
And another event happening at Amargosa Days. We'll tell you all about it after we return.